Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Runestone, and today we're going over Magic Gathering, the top 10 Cobra, not snakes, Cobra cards, now at number 10. Starting off is Death Hood Cobra. It's from various sets. It's a common, going for a whopping 4 cents on the market. Reason why it's at 10, well, it's 2 mana for a 2/2, so it's pretty good already on there. But so you can either give it Reach or Death Touch until end of turn, or give it both if you have the mana that's available. So that's not bad for a Cobra card. You can basically give it Death Touch and keep attacking, which is common for Cobra snakes. So let's move on to number 9. Which we have is Ukid Cobra from Dragons of Tarkir. It's uncommon before, that's right, 9 cents on the market, which is pretty typical for the Cobra cards. This one basically costs 4 mana for a 2/5 Death Touch. The reason why it's at number 9 is it has that Death Touch ability, and it's a 2/5, which is very uncommon for a Cobra snake card. So this is why I put it there, and I just had to add it to the list because it's a 2/5, so it does have strong defense, which that's about it. So let's move on to number 8. And at number 8, we got Jewel-Eyed Cobra from Modern Horizons 2. It's a common, and going for that, can't get any lower than that, 1 cent. Basically, the reason why it's here at this number is, well, because it costs 3, but it is for a 3/1. So it has Death Touch, and when it dies, create a treasure token. So you kind of get 2 bonuses, because if the opponent has no creatures in play, 3 for a 3/1 Death Touch, I say that's considerably pretty good. So let's move on to number 7. That's right, at number 7 is the one and only card that is not a snake or a creature. This is Cobra Trap. It's from various sets. It's an uncommon, going for 12 cents on the market. It costs 6 mana, but at number 7 it deserved that because if a non-creature permanent under your control is destroyed this turn by a spell or ability in an opponent controlled, you may pay a forest rather than pay Cobra Trap's mana cost. Boom, you can't argue with that. For 1 mana, you could probably put out 4 1/1 green snake creature tokens onto the battlefield. Again, that is an amazing instant, and I'm actually surprised this uncommon is not more than 12 cents. So let's move on to number 6. And which we have is Nar Nam Cobra from Kaladesh. It's a common, going for 6 cents at the market at the time of this video. And I just thought, well, this card is kind of cool, and it's kind of a really cool picture. I really like it, actually. It costs 2 for a 2/1. Very standard for a Cobra snake card. But you can pay 1 force to gain it Death Touch until end of turn. The reason why I put it this one and not at number 10 is it only costs 1 mana to give it Death Touch. And it costs 2 for a 2/1. So with factoring that all in, and it's an artifact creature, which can make a difference because it's not just a typical creature when you're playing, say, an artifact deck. So let's go down halfway down our list to number 5. Which is Hornet Cobra from Legends. It's a common, going for 41 cents. So again, with the typical Cobra cards, it has first strike. So I thought, well, it does deserve to be halfway down, and it's the only reason why it's at 41 cents is because it's an old school card. Other than that, it would probably be worth 3 to 4 cents. 3 mana for a 2/1 first strike, I thought was very impressive because it doesn't have Death Touch, which is very not normal for a Cobra card. So let's move on to number 4. Now we're getting into some cool Cobras. This is Crypt Cobra from Mirage. It's an uncommon, going for 22 cents on the market. That's right, it's moving up. Basically, it costs 4 mana for a 3/3, which is very untypical for a Cobra card. And it says, if Crypt Cobra attacks and is not blocked, defending player gets a poison counter. If any player has 10 or more poison counters, he or she loses the game. So they really took the emphasis of poison with Cobras, which I thought was very cool. So let's move on to number 3, which is Saber-Tooth Cobra. It's a Mirage card. It's a common, going for 24 cents. So that's really cool. A common card going for 24 cents, which is more than anyone on this list, or most cards. Costs 3 for a 2/2, but if you read the whole description, it says, if Saber-Tooth Cobra damages a player, he or she gets a poison counter. During that player's next upkeep, he or she gets another poison counter, unless he or she pays 2 to prevent that effect. If any player has 10 or more counters, he or she loses the game. So, come on, you have to, basically it forces the opponent to pay 2 every turn. Simple answer was, well, yeah, they're going to have to pay or they're going to lose with the poison. So let's move on to number 2. which is Voracious Cobra from Invasion. It's an uncommon going for, yeah, that's right, 17 cents on the market at the time of this video. Well, this one actually costs 4 mana for a 2/2. Has first strike, and when it deals combat damage to a creature, destroy that creature. So basically it has death touch. So it has those 2 abilities built into it. Instead of having to pay the Cobra to have those abilities, it's already built in, and that's why I put it at number 2. And not because it's at number 2, I really do like that artwork. So let's move on to number 1. And that's right, at number 1 we have Lotus Cobra from various sets. It's a rare or a mythic with a going a whopping average price of $245 on the market. I had to put this card up because of the various sets, because I absolutely love Chippy. That is an amazing artwork, and just keep doing it. The ability is Landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, you may add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, and on top of that, it's only costs 2 for a 2/1. So even if the opponent doesn't even have a creature out, you can attack with it and still use that Landfall ability. Awesome card. So I hope you enjoyed the video of the top 10 Cobra, and I hope you guys have a good day and a good evening.